A very good morning and welcome to the Breakfast News on Rajya Sabha Television, your one-stop morning show for top stories from India and across the globe. I'm Aishwarya Kapoor. Let us start the news bulletin with the headlines. 600 crore rupees released for Kerala, only advance assistance, says Centre. Additional funds to be released after further assessment. Kerala tells Supreme Court sudden release of water from Mullaperiyar Dam by Tamil Nadu, one of the reasons behind flooding. Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman to visit a flood and landslide hit Kodagu district in Karnataka today. Rescue and relief operations in full swing following heavy rains that claimed 17 lives. Downpour in several parts of Madhya Pradesh in last 72 hours. Gates of several dams in the state opened. For the first time, militaries of India and Pakistan taking part in anti-terror drill of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization in Russia. Mega exercise aimed at expanding cooperation among members to deal with terrorism. US President Donald Trump says the markets would crash if he is impeached. Warning after Donald Trump's former lawyer implicates him by pleading guilty to presidential campaign finance laws. And India's medal tally swells to 18 at the ongoing Asian Games in Indonesia. Men's kabaddi team bags bronze. 15-year-old shooter Shardul Wihan bags silver in the men's double trap event. First up, let's get you all the news from flood-ravaged Kerala. The centre has said that the 600 crore rupees released for the Kerala floods was only advance assistance and that additional funds would be released when an inter-ministerial team visits the state again and assesses the damage. The Home Ministry said this in a statement as there were differences emerging on accepting funds from foreign governments, with the UAE offering support of 700 crore rupees. The centre has said that the decision to not accept that help is in sync with the existing policy. On Tuesday, the central government had released 600 crore rupees as promised by Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Home Minister Rajnath Singh during their visit to the state. And Union Minister KJ Alphonse has requested the centre to make a one-time exception for Kerala on the issue of accepting foreign funds. Alphonse was reacting to the centre's decision to not accept foreign funds in line with the 14-year-old policy that has been followed. Alphonse said that the NDA has inherited the policy from the previous UPA government. And speaking to PTI, Alphonse said that Kerala has contributed huge amounts of foreign exchange through remittance in the last 50 years. He said that the state is also the biggest tourist destination in the country, and for this reason, a one-time exception policy needs to be made for the state.
Lot of homes have collapsed. The houses don't exist. Even the rest of the houses which are there, 2 lakh houses, you can't go back to them because you have at least 3 feet of silt in every room in the house. Most of the houses are in absolutely bad shape. There is no electricity, there are no utensils, there is of course no food. Everybody is looked after very well in the relief camps, but then when they go back home, how do they put their lives together? Now, this is where the nation needs to come together, and all Indians must come together. Kerala needs big money. Very, very big money for reconstruction of. The Honorable Prime Minister has directed the National Highway Authority of India to restore the roads. Whole lot of assistance is being provided by the various agencies of the ministry, but we need huge amount of money, billions and billions of dollars to rebuild Kerala. Now, we need that big money. Please send big assistance to the Chief Minister's Relief Fund or to NGOs. The best is to send it to the Chief Minister's Relief Fund or to NGOs which have credentials.
And a disaster management subcommittee to monitor the water level of the Mullaperiyar Dam has asked Tamil Nadu to keep the water limit of the reservoir 2 to 3 feet below the 142 feet FRL mark till 31st of August. The committee, comprising officials from the centre, including the Water Resources Ministry, Kerala and Tamil Nadu, reviewed the water level of the reservoir, and Kerala on Thursday, remember, told the Supreme Court that the sudden release of water from the Mulla Periyar Dam by the Tamil Nadu government was one of the reasons for the devastating deluge in the state. Last week, the Apex Court also took a note of the grave flood situation in Kerala and ordered the disaster management panel of the Mulla Periyar Dam to urgently decide on lowering the water level by 3 feet. The direction to the Disaster Management Subcommittee to reduce the water level up to 139 feet from the existing 142 feet came in the backdrop of Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan writing to the Tamil Nadu counterpart E.K. Palanisamy, seeking lowering of the water level in the Mulla Periyar Dam in the interest of its safety. Well, as the water continues to recede from most of the areas in the state of Kerala, medical help is becoming one of the major requirements for the flood-ravaged people. Many volunteers are moving from one settlement to the other to extend medical facilities to the ailing people. Our correspondent Akhilesh Suman visited one such medical camp in Chenganur and he interacted with the volunteers there. Let's take a look at this report.
जहाँ जहाँ मेडिकल की सर्विसेज नहीं मिल रही वहाँ एम्बुलेंस लेके खड़े होते हैं, लोगों को जानकारी देते हैं, वो वहाँ आते हैं, उनको ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा स्किन की बीमारी है या निमोनिया है किसी को, तो हम उनको दवा दे रहे हैं और उनको वो कुछ बीमारी न होने के लिए क्या करना है, यानी साफ़ सुथरा पानी पीना है, खाना साफ़ सुथरा खाना है, ये सब हम उनको बताते हैं अभी। प्रिवेंशन भी उनको सिखा रहे हैं।
We are segregating the medicine here and we got it from all over India, especially from different types of camps and other Seva Sangh and individuals and some doctorates. After getting the doctor consultation, we are segregating this medicine to each camps.
All right, my colleague Akhilesh Suman is now joining us live from Thiruvananthapuram. A very good morning, Akhilesh. And as you were showing in the report, as the flood waters are receding, the focus has now shifted from relief operations to, of course, rebuilding and also how to keep diseases at bay. But, there have been, a lot of politics as well, as we've been witnessing. First, there was this issue of whether to accept foreign aid or not. And now Kerala blaming Tamil Nadu for the release of water from the Mulla Periyar Dam.
Oh, that was, I was anticipating also, Aishwarya, that politics comes when such type of situation gets in a easy mode, and once they knew that people have started returning to their homes, and as per the government claim, almost 2 lakh people have returned from the relief camps to their homes. Many of them are going to their homes, seeing them and coming back. They have started cleaning up in part as far as possible. Another thing that almost 500 refugee camps, relief camps have been shut and there are no people there living there. So in that case, every political party is thinking that yes, this is now time to, raise the issues that were lacking in the debate earlier. And that Congress had asked for judicial inquiry into the whole system and the whole dam management system and how the flood came and how water was released all of a sudden, because most of the people, including the Congress, is telling that water should have been released slowly, not abruptly and all of a sudden. So it was, no one was monitoring actually the level of water that was going inside the dam, and had it been done from the very first day, like heavy rainfall started from July onwards itself, and it was continuing, and many of the areas when we went there in Kutinar area, it was raining from July onwards and no care was taken. So that is why this debate is coming, and now I think that government is also taking a defensive mode, and and it is now also trying to find out that which of the things that it can also blame, and Mullaperiyar Dam is becoming one of the issues, that there was no proper coordination between Tamil Nadu and Kerala as far as the water release is concerned. So these are very natural things that will come, Aishwarya, and these are all the things that many of the states, surrounding states, and especially Tamil Nadu and Kerala has to decide and has to make a coordinated effort for the future also, so that if there is a water pouring, heavy water pouring, they have to coordinate. So these are, I think, issues, and you know that when political parties are there, they will also raise the issue, and that makes the government more attentive and cautious.
Right.
So, but given the fact that all the political parties are making positive contribution, I went into the field and I saw that BJP affiliated associations like Seva Bharati, the Congress affiliated associations, and even the Congress workers are also going in the field with the relief materials. They are also extending medical help, and they had also contributed in the rescue operations.
But Akhilesh, since you are there on the field, please tell us. Akhilesh, since you're there on the field, please tell us now. There is a huge controversy over, the money being released, and the centre has said that the 600 crore rupees is only advanced assistance, and further funds will be released later on. But you are at the ground there. When you're looking at the situation, what are you finding? Is there a paucity of resources there? Do you think there is really a need for more money, or it is probably more about other things, about rebuilding? How are you seeing the resources really being put to use there?
Yeah, actually, Aishwarya, government itself has claimed that almost 60,000 houses had been cleaned. So you can imagine that after 18 or 19 onwards, if within 5 days 60,000 houses has been cleaned, and then they are also claiming that more houses will be built from September 1st. Cooperative department has been telling that they will start building houses, small houses, those 600 square feet houses. So what I am getting sense that resource is not a reason in this state. Resources are coming, resources are there, and people are also moving around with all possible helps. Individual help is coming, corporate help is coming. Today, Adani has also contributed almost 10 crore rupees to the state, Adani Group. So, and other corporates are also cooperating. NRIs, NRIs from UAE have been sent relief materials from there. Even the government did not accept the monetary donation.
Yes.
So, money, I think, is not a problem. What is the issue? That you need a coordinated effort so that money can be channelized and it goes to the ground and use all local resources, use all political groups who are also on the ground. And I was also, that in a way that I was struck that people from Seva Bharati were telling that, that government also knows that we are working in this area. So government is concentrating in other areas. So this is the sense that people are not coming, political groups are also not in a mood to fight at this point of time. But when you provoke them, when you raise some issues, and when they find something fishy and something wrong, they are duty bound to raise those issues. So I think that resource is not a reason. Resource is enough, and government, central government is also extending all possible help. And I think central government is also in a challenging situation, because once you reject a foreign donation, it comes on you that you have to help. So I think that central government is quite cautious about this situation, that now responsibility is on them.
Yes.
And now state government needs to coordinate with the center and all helpers inside the country, so that you can better channelize it on the ground.
All
Yes,
right, all right. Thank you so much, Akhilesh, for all those updates there from the ground there. And Pakistan's new Prime Minister Imran Khan has also expressed solidarity with the flood victims of Kerala. In a tweet, Imran Khan said that the people of Pakistan send their prayers and best wishes to the people in the flood-hit state of Kerala. He has also offered humanitarian assistance to the state. Let's let's get to the weather updates from other states of the country. And Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will be visiting the flood and landslide hit Kodagu district in Karnataka, bordering Kerala. Rescue and relief operations there are in full swing, and since torrential rains lashed the district last week, leaving a huge trail of destruction and claiming at least 17 lives. Now, more than 5,000 people have been rendered homeless. The Defence Minister will be visiting the landslide-hit area of Madhapur and taking stock of the situation. She will also visit a relief camp in Madikeri and interact with the people there. The Defence Minister will also hold meetings with the district administration and other officials at the Deputy Commissioner's office on the relief and rehabilitation work. 51 relief camps have been set up in Kodagu district that is currently housing 5,041 people, including 4,450 who are rescued and brought to safety. According to preliminary estimates, around 2,200 houses have been damaged in the state. And in Madhya Pradesh, also due to heavy rainfall, gates of several dams of the state have been opened, and many villages in the state have lost road connectivity as the rivers are flowing above the danger mark. The IMD has issued warning of heavy rains in 14 districts in the state over the next 24 hours as well. The maximum amount of rainfall has been recorded in Bhopal and in western parts of Madhya Pradesh, where over 7 inches of rainfall was recorded. Due to non-stop rainfall, 7 gates of the Gadgil Sagar Dam were opened, while 14 gates of the dam in Retam, 15 gates of dam in Chanderi and 2 gates of Mohanpura Dam were also opened. Road connectivity, meanwhile, between Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh near Chanderi has also been disturbed. Water level in the upper Lake of Bhopal has increased up to 1,660 feet, which is less than the 6 feet of full tank capacity. And in Breakfast News, we'll take a very short break here. We'll be back with more news. Stay tuned.
Enter the majestic forecourt of Rashtrapati Bhavan and you'll come across the Jaipur column. A gift to the Viceroy from Savai Madho Singh, the Maharaja of Jaipur, to commemorate the creation of the new capital. The 145-meter-high column is crowned with 6 pointed crystal stars on a bronze lotus, and inside the stone shaft runs a steel tube which weighs a little more than 5 tons. The base of the column has text conceived by Lord Irwin and Sir Edwin Lutyens inscribed on it.
Thanks for being with us. Well, Prime Minister Narendra Modi was on a day-long visit to Gujarat on Thursday, and he inaugurated several development projects in Junagadh and Valsad. He also delivered the convocation address at Gujarat Forensic Sciences University in Gandhinagar. Here is a report.
On a day-long visit to his home state on Thursday, Prime Minister Narendra Modi reiterated his government's slogan of Saaf Niyat Sahi Vikas. He also gave away over 1 lakh houses to women under the flagship Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana rural scheme, calling it a Raksha Bandhan gift.
इस रक्षा बंधन के पवित्र त्योहार के पूर्व इन सभी माताओं बहनों को 1 लाख से भी अधिक परिवारों को ये घर की सौगात देकर के आपके एक भाई के रूप में मैं बहुत संतोष अनुभव कर रहा हूं। और 2022 में जब हिंदुस्तान की आजादी के 75 साल होंगे, इस देश का कोई परिवार ऐसा न हो कि जिसके पास खुद का घर न हो, ऐसा हिंदुस्तान बनाने का सपना हो।
Asserting that his endeavour is to provide every family a house by 2022, the Prime Minister said every paisa of a rupee released by his government reaches the poor, as there is no place for middlemen.
कि आपको भी लगता होगा कि क्या प्रधानमंत्री आवास योजना सरकारी योजना के इतने अच्छे मकान भी हो सकते हैं क्या? ये इसलिए संभव होता है क्योंकि कटकी कंपनी बंद है। दिल्ली से 1 रुपया निकलता है तो गरीब के घर में पूरे 100 पैसे पहुंच जाते हैं, इसलिए ये संभव होता है। और इस सरकार में हिम्मत है कि इतने टीवी वालों की हाजिरी में, इतने अखबार वालों की हाजिरी में, इतनी बड़ी जनमेदनी के सामने, और जब पूरा देश टीवी पर देख रहा है, तब हिम्मत के साथ किसी मां को पूछ सकता हूं कि आपको किसी को रिश्वत तो नहीं देनी पड़ी।
The Prime Minister witnessed the collective e-Grih Pravesh and also spoke on video to women across 26 districts who are the beneficiaries of these houses.
છોકરાઓને ભણાવશો કે પછી હજુ બી
છોકરાને ભણાવશો પઢાવશો?
The Prime Minister also distributed certificates and employment letters to select beneficiaries under various development schemes, including Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushal Vikas Yojana, Mukhyamantri Gramoday Yojana and National Rural Livelihood Mission.
गांव में रहीश घर में ही बिजली का कनेक्शन हुआ करता था। गरीब के घर में बिजली का कनेक्शन पाना तो उसको तो आश्चर्य होता था, क्या मेरा घर में भी अंधेरा जाएगा क्या? आज उजाला योजना के तहत हर घर में, सौभाग्य योजना के तहत हर घर में बिजली का कनेक्शन देने का बड़ा अभियान उठाया है, और आने वाले 1-1.5 साल में हिंदुस्तान में कोई घर नहीं बचेगा जहां खुद का बिजली का कनेक्शन न हो, बिजली का लट्टू न हो।
The Prime Minister also launched various development projects in Junagadh, including a government civil hospital, 13 projects of Junagadh Municipal Corporation and a milk processing plant. The hospital has been built by the state government at a cost of 249 crore rupees. Speaking at its inauguration, the Prime Minister said India would have been disease-free by now had programs like the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan started 70 years ago.
આપણે એક આયુષ્માન ભારત યોજના લઈ આવ્યા છીએ। આ 15 ઓગસ્ટથી એનો ટ્રાયલ રન ચાલુ થઈ ગયો છે। ટેકનોલોજીના આધારિત થનારી આ યોજના છે, એટલે એમાં આગળ જતા કંઈ ચૂક ન રહી જાય એના માટેનું કામ આજે જુદા જુદા જિલ્લામાં પ્રાયોગિક ધોરણે શરૂ થઈ ગયું છે। અને 25મી સપ્ટેમ્બર જ્યારે પંડિત દીનદયાલ ઉપાધ્યાયજીની જન્મ જયંતિ હશે, ત્યારે સંપૂર્ણ દેશમાં પ્રધાનમંત્રી જન આરોગ્ય યોજનાનો, આયુષ્યમાન ભારત યોજનાનો પ્રારંભ થશે। અને એ યોજનામાં સમગ્ર હિન્દુસ્તાનમાં 1.5 લાખ જેટલા વેલનેસ સેન્ટર, આરોગ્ય ધામ, એના નિર્માણ માટેની યોજના બની છે।
Later, the Prime Minister attended the convocation of the Gujarat Forensic Science University in Gandhinagar and also a meeting of the Somnath Temple Trust. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
President Nath Govind on Thursday said that inadequate last-mile connectivity is hampering tourism in the Buddhist circuit in our country. Inaugurating the 6th International Buddhist Conclave in New Delhi on Thursday, the President emphasized the need to overcome bottlenecks to enable the special sector of heritage tourism realize its full potential. He said the Buddhist circuit in India is an important and revered set of destinations for the 50 crore strong community of Buddhists who live in Asia and other parts of the world. The President also launched a website and a film dedicated to the Buddhist circuit in the country. The President said that the government has taken many steps to boost tourism in the Buddhist circuit. Delegates from 30 nations are taking part in this conclave.
The objective is to finalize business and investment plans for developing world-class infrastructure in the Buddhist heritage sites that have been identified.
And Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu asked the architects and planners to strive towards research and innovation to make cities safer and eco-friendly. Addressing the third convocation of the School of Planning and Architecture in Vijayawada, the Vice President asked planners to also address the phenomenon of rapid urbanization and moderate the effects of migration to urban areas. The Vice President stressed on the need to create urban amenities in rural areas by promoting the facilities for people living in rural areas at an affordable cost. He also advised students not to remain complacent and always aim at achieving excellence.
You need to have inclusive growth in your planning, in your focus. The last man in the queue also should be kept in mind. The poorest of the poor also has to be kept in mind. And we must design and come up with such plans. I urge all the students and faculty and the graduates to strive towards research and innovation that can really make our cities happier and safer, and our buildings greener and affordable.
News from the northeast of the country. Over 77% votes were polled in the by-polls to the 2 assembly seats in Meghalaya on Thursday. The South Tura constituency, from where Chief Minister Conrad Sangma is in the fray, witnessed 72.89% voting. Sangma is contesting from the South Tura seat in West Garo Hills district on the ruling NPP ticket to enter the state assembly. And 82.1% votes were polled in a Ranikor seat where elections were necessitated after sitting MLA Martin N. Dango quit the Congress to join the ruling NPP. This time, Dango contested as an NPP candidate from Ranikor, which he represented for the last 5 consecutive terms as Congress MLA. The results of the by-polls will be declared on 27th of August. On to the other top story of the day. For the first time, the militaries of India and Pakistan are taking part in the mega anti-terror drill of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, or the SCO, in Russia. The drill is aimed at expanding cooperation among the member nations to deal with the growing menace of terrorism and extremism. India is participating in the drill for the first time since becoming a full member of the SCO in June 2017. And our contingent of 200 personnel is primarily composed of troops from infantry and affiliated arms and services, along with the Indian Air Force. The joint exercise is being conducted by the Central Military Commission of Russia from 22nd of August to 29th of August in Russia. Remember, the SCO was established in Shanghai in 2001 with China, Russia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan and Uzbekistan as its founding members, and it expanded to include India and Pakistan in 2017. Our top international focus. US President Donald Trump has said that the stock markets would plummet if he were to be removed from office. Speaking to Fox News in an interview, Donald Trump said that the markets would crash if he were to be impeached. He said that I think everybody would be very poor. Donald Trump's comments came after his 2 former advisors are found guilty of criminal acts and one implicating him directly. Donald Trump's personal lawyer, Michael Cohen, pleaded guilty to 8 felony counts, and his former campaign chairman, Paul Manafort, was convicted of 8 counts of tax and bank fraud. The events have boosted speculation that Donald Trump could be impeached. Now let's get you all the action from the ongoing Asian Games. India added another medal to its tally today. Dushyant won a bronze medal in lightweight single sculls rowing. And earlier on Thursday, Indian shooter Shardul Vihan bagged a silver medal in the men's double trap event. The 15-year-old finished second with a score of 73 points to become the youngest Indian shooter to win a medal at the Asian Games. Meanwhile, in Kabaddi, India settled for bronze after failing to make it to the final for the first time, as the men in blue lost to Iran 18-27. The loss also ended India's reign of a domination that dates back to 1990 Asiad. And in tennis, the women's singles player Ankita Rana won a bronze medal in the women's singles semi-final. She lost to her Chinese opponent Zhang Shuai 4-6, 6-7 to win the bronze medal. Also, Indian duo of Rohan Bopanna and Divij Sharan entered the men's doubles final, assuring India of at least a silver medal. Another medal was also assured for India after Prajnesh Guneswaran beat Kwon Soo-woo of Korea 6-7, 6-4, 7-6 to enter semi-finals of the men's singles event. Meanwhile, in the badminton, third seed PV Sindhu defeated Wu Thi Trang of Vietnam 21-10, 12-21, 23-21 in a 58-minute match to enter the round of 16. Meanwhile, Saina Nehwal eased past her Iranian opponent Soraya 21-7, 21-9 in just 26 minutes. And looking at the medals tally, well, India is placed at 10th in the medals tally with the 19 medals in total that include 4 gold, 4 silver and 1 bronze medal, while China with 116 medals including 55 gold tops the medal tally, followed by Japan with 86 medals, and South Korea is placed third in the medals tally. And with that, we wrap up this edition of Breakfast News. But news and updates continue on your channel. Thanks for watching.